Oh, yeah. Is it Saturday already? Have we made it through yet another week of Star Wars news? Okay. Finally, the Skeleton Crew trailer did drop yesterday, and we got a lot to talk about when it comes to this trailer, as Lucasfilm is hiding a lot of things inside and out of this trailer, with announcements that they made around this trailer, articles that they wrote that they have now altered because fans figured it out. We figured it out, chat. We know, finally, what could be going on in this Skeleton Crew show, and they changed it. They changed their articles because we got too close to what's coming in the Skeleton Crew show. So we're going to break down this trailer. We're going to talk about all of it. We got a lot to get into today and not a lot of time. So let's get into all of it. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday afternoon? What's up, chat? Okay, so here's the deal. Skeleton Crew trailer drops yesterday early in the morning. Fantastic. Finally, we've been waiting weeks and weeks and weeks for this trailer. We have 31 days until the Skeleton Crew airs on December 3rd with a 2-episode premiere. 31 days. That's not a lot of time. So marketing is going to kick in, and we're going to get a lot of trailers from here till that release. And we're going to get a lot of you know the deal. You know the drill. With the Acolyte, we were getting a trailer a day or a TV spot a day leading up until that show aired. I think the same thing will be happening with the Skeleton Crew show, from trailer spots to new just trailers in general, to even merchandising stuff. We're going to get a lot of information about the Skeleton Crew show as we get closer. However, this trailer that dropped yesterday teases a lot of twists and turns coming our way and gives us a way bigger insight into what this Skeleton Crew show is actually about. Because we really didn't know. Let's be honest. If you thought you knew what the Skeleton Crew show was about, you're lying to yourself. We didn't know. We kind of know now, but there's a few theories that were roaming around yesterday, a few that I put into my breakdown video, that Lucasfilm heard, and I think they were too close that they had to change some things. An official article from StarWars.com has been altered because we got too close. So, we're going to break down this trailer, we're going to do all this stuff, but first, before we do any of that, let's say hi to everybody in the chat, and then I want to start up a poll. Actually, we'll do the poll first, and then I'll say hi to everybody in the chat. So if you haven't smashed a freaking like on the stream, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for, smash a like on the stream, but let's put up this poll. Are you excited for Skeleton Crew? So I've put up this same exact poll for weeks now. Are you excited for Skeleton Crew? Yes or no? And the number has been climbing. It started around like a 60. This was months and months ago. And it's climbed all the way up into the 80s. I'm interested to see where everybody's hype level is at now after watching that second trailer. Because if I'm being completely honest, chat, I am leaps and bounds more excited now than I was 32 hours ago before having seen the trailer. So I'm curious to see if you guys are in the same situation as I am, where I'm way more excited now because of seeing that awesome, cool trailer. Okay, but let's say hi to everybody in the chat first. Aaron, what's up? Ian, how we doing? Mando United in the house. Pam Hill, what is up? Jessica, how we doing? Abby, what's up? Fearless, how we doing? Brandon Baker in the house. Star Wars Order, what is up? Robert, how we doing? Thomas in the house. Nathan, how we doing? Navarro, what is up? Darth Thor, how we doing? Sombra, what is up? JC, how we doing? King Shadow, what is up? If I missed you, you know the deal. Just yell at me in the chat. Let's give everybody a nice little
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Okay, so I think what we should start by doing is watching this trailer. I mean, that seems right. No, chat? Let's watch this trailer, okay? Now, Lucasfilm, if you're watching, and we know that you are, please don't copy strike this. We're watching the trailer, okay? We're trying to get hyped up for the show. So please, don't copyright strike us. That wouldn't be very nice. Okay, let's watch this trailer, shall we? Let's watch this. Let me pull this up over here. Put that over there. Put this on the... Okay, that's good. Let's watch this trailer. By the way, chat, something that needs to be pointed out about this trailer before we even watch it is that it is currently number 5 trending on YouTube, and it has over 3 million views in its first day. That's pretty damn good. When you talk about the lack of hype for this show, it's starting to grow. It's number 5 on trending on YouTube, which is very difficult to do. And it's been out for 24 hours and it already has 3 million views. Okay? Okay, let's watch the trailer. Let's watch this thing, shall we? So it starts off with Wim, our boy Wim on the side here, and Fern. But we'll break it down after. Let's watch it through once.
What are you in for? What are you in for?
I found something buried in the woods.
Dad,
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
what do you think it is? Don't touch anything.
What did you do?
We're lost. Really lost. Stay together. We just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa.
Where'd you two find an old Republic credit?
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast. I need you to take the controls.
Okay.
Neil? Neil?
A crew of murderous pirates is coming.
Something's wrong.
They're not going to just turn up. We need to find them.
We're not alone down here.
Be warned of booby traps. Pirates and mountains where none dare to go.
If you hear this, don't give up. No matter what.
Okay. I mean, talk about a trailer. We know so little about this show going into yesterday. And then coming out of this trailer, we know a lot more about this show. We'll break it all down. But first things first, on a scale of 1 to 10, chat, how hype did this trailer make you for Skeleton Crew? On a scale of 1 to 10, because I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's a 10. This trailer not only gives you some more information about the show itself, but it gets you so ridiculously hyped up by using a song like Major Tom and changing it into a Star Wars variation of it. This is the first time ever that a real-life Earthbound song has been altered into the Star Wars universe. First time ever. So ridiculously hyped up. I can't sit here and be still while watching this trailer. I literally have to just be going like because it's hype. This is insane. This is a perfect trailer. Perfect. The only thing that could make it any better would be actually seeing Hondo Ohnaka himself. We'll get to it in a second because I think this trailer pretty much did confirm that he will be in the show. But we'll get to that in a sec. Let's break this trailer down, okay? There's a lot going on in this trailer that you might have missed, but also it's just important, okay? So it starts off with these two kids getting in trouble. This is our boy Wim over here and Fern, okay? Fern's mom and Wim's dad are going to be working together to try and save the kids after they get taken off their home planet, but let's talk about it.
What are you in for? What are you in for?
It's making Fern seem to be like the badass character. Yeah, it seems to be that like she's going to be the rebel type of the group of 4, and Wim seems to be more of a not so much of a rule breaker, but more of a wanting to go on an adventure type. Yeah.
For?
I found something buried in the woods.
Dad,
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
what do you think it is?
So pretty much Wim finds this ship. They don't know what it is, but it's a ship, and he finds it buried, completely buried on their seemingly safe home planet. We'll get to this home planet in a second. I got a crazy theory going on about this home planet. Okay. But they find this ship, or at least it is a ship, but they don't know it's a ship right away because it's completely buried underground. Imagine how long a ship must have to be there for it to be completely buried underground. Quite some time. You look at crashed ships that we see in Star Wars in the past. I think of Jakku. First thing that comes to mind. In The Force Awakens, when we first get introduced to Rey, the Battle of Jakku happened 30 plus years before that, and there's still all those ships that are crash landed onto Jakku that are just pointing out of the sand because it's only been 30 years. It must have taken thousands of years to bury this ship, and we will get to the Old Republic connection in a second, but it might just be an Old Republic ship. Okay, calm down. Calm down. I know. I just said Old Republic. I just said Skeleton Crew. It's a lot, but we'll get to it. Okay.
Don't touch anything.
So this big-ass ship was completely buried on their seemingly safe home planet. Interesting. Now, this is Wim's dad. He's trying to save them, but they get blasted off into hyperspace by accident somehow. I'm not too sure how this is going to go. But every scene we've seen so far in the first 40 seconds of this trailer is from the first episode. Yes, we're getting a 2-episode premiere, but almost this entire trailer, except for maybe the last 20-ish seconds, are all going to be from the first couple episodes. That's not anything new. That's usually what happens with Star Wars projects. The first couple episodes are only the ones that you see in the trailer. Let's keep going.
What did you do? We're lost. Really lost.
So we get our first look in this trailer, at least, at
Lost. Really
the pilot
lost.
of this ship, SM-33. He's a droid right there. Now, a lot of fans have been making the connection between SM-33 and K2SO, which is a very, very good thing because I think K2SO is like generations down the line, the upgrade of SM-33. SM-33 might just be thousands of years old and might just be an Old Republic droid. Again, we'll get to it, but keep that in mind. So they go to the, they go to this, or at least get somehow blasted to this space station. And this, people are saying, is the new hive of scum and villainy. This is the new cantina scene of the Skeleton Crew show. So we're going to get introduced to a lot of not so friendly people here. There's not much going on that we can notice. There's a few familiar ships, or at least looking ships. It looks like maybe a rebel ship over there, but again, it's probably a pirate ship at this point, just taken from the rebels or taken from the New Republic. But not too much in terms of Easter eggs, unless you really maybe zoom in there, but I'm not too sure.
Stay together. We just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa.
Where'd you two find an Old Republic credit?
This is where things get extremely interesting. Where did you guys find an Old Republic credit? So Wim and the others sit down to get some food.
Home.
Come on, kid. Pay up.
And to pay up, he pulls out this. Has anybody been able to decipher this yet? I just bit my tongue. That's some sort of marking, but I don't know what it is. There's two things that could be going on here, and I mentioned this in my breakdown video yesterday.
Whoa.
Where'd you two find an Old Republic credit?
Old Republic credit. Now, this could mean one of two things. One, he's referring to the Republic. And he's only referring to it as the Old Republic because now it's the New Republic. So technically, the Republic from the prequel trilogy would be the Old Republic. But I don't think that's what's going on here. You don't just mention Old Republic in Star Wars and not expect fans to think of the Old Republic. The actual time period where there was thousands of Sith, thousands of Jedi fighting against each other at all times, all these fan-favorite characters from Darth Revan, Darth Malgus, all of them. You can't just mention Old Republic and not expect fans to lose their freaking minds. There's a reason they did this. There's a reason that this is mentioned in this show, in this trailer, not only to get people hyped up, but because there is some sort of Old Republic connection to this show. Whether it's the ship itself that these kids find buried on their seemingly safe home planet or something else, there is an Old Republic connection in this Skeleton Crew show. which is absolutely insane when you think about it, because on the docket right now, for release schedule-wise, there is a movie titled Dawn of the Jedi, which is going back 25,000 years before anything else, and it will lead us into the Old Republic time period. There are now connections between shows in this Mandoverse time period and things all thousands and thousands and thousands of years before. Okay, so there's one of two places that these coins or these this currency could come from, and that is the ship that they just found, or the seemingly safe home planet that they just came from. Now, there's something very interesting going on online when it comes to this safe home planet that they live on, because Star Wars.com released this entire article when they released the trailer. And it gave us some insights onto the show. It talked about, we'll read the article, but it talked about John Watts and Christopher Ford, the two writers for the show, and how they, all this stuff about the show. But somebody online posted this, and I mentioned it in my breakdown video yesterday too. In that article, and it's highlighted right here, Christopher Ford, who's the writer for the show, says they realize once they're out there that no one's ever heard of their home planet. Now, this might seem like a one-off line. This might not seem like that much, but nobody else in the galaxy having heard of their home planet, it sounds a little bit similar to Camino. Camino was a lost planet. Now, that was lost to the Jedi because Count Dooku went in and hid it in the Jedi archives. But this might be something very different here. What if, bear with me here, what if the seemingly safe home planet that these kids are from has been hidden from the rest of the galaxy since the Old Republic time period? Now, bear with me. If there is this Old Republic ship that these kids find and blast off into hyperspace in, then at some point, that planet might have been some sort of war zone during the Old Republic. And if nobody else in the galaxy knows about the planet, if they leave this place and they talk about their home world and they realize that no one else has ever heard of their home planet, this is pretty interesting. No, I'm not saying that it is Camino. No, obviously not. But it is a planet like Camino. Nobody else in the galaxy knows about their planet. And to make matters even crazier with this one line in this thing, they realize once they're out there that no one has ever heard of their home planet, Christopher Ford says. Keep in mind, let's look at what's around that, okay? Before that, it says, another one day, they find an old spaceship and blast off out of the galaxy. But find their way back quickly becomes complicated. Unfortunately, along the way, they attract attention of a bunch of pirates and other space criminals, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, if we go to the article that's currently still up from StarWars.com, that is right here. It's the exact same article. The line has been removed. But as soon as they go on this adventure, they find their way quickly becomes complicated. Unfortunately, along the way, they attract attention like a bunch of pirates and space criminals. That line of nobody remembering their planet is gone. It's gone. So Lucasfilm, Disney, whatever you want to call them, they saw this. They saw us fans talking about this. Whoops. Where is it? This one line that they realized out there that no one ever heard of their home world and got rid of it. They removed it. So my question to you, chat, is what the F is going on with this home planet? We're going to keep watching the trailer because it gets even more interesting. But what do you think is going on here? You disagree? Nothing has been changed? Are you blind? The line is right here in the exact same article. This is the exact same article and there is no line. What is there to disagree with? The cold hard proof is right in front of your stupid face. There's nothing you can disagree with here. This is just fact. I haven't even gotten to my speculation yet. This is just fact. Okay. So they removed a line. Something very strange going on with their home planet. Let's keep watching this trailer, though.
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast.
So now we're getting introduced to Jude Law's character of Jude Law. And interestingly enough, this is some trailer magic going on here because he's not saving these kids in this instance.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa.
Where'd you two find an old Republic credit?
So these kids are going to start to run from these people. By the way, that looks like Vane right there. So this is when they're about to get captured by the pirates. And in the first trailer, we see them in the prison with Jude Law's character of Jude Law. And that's when we see him use the Force.
Over here, quick. I'll get you.
But this is a completely different scene. They're cutting this together to make it look like the same scene, but it's not. So there's our boy Vane, which we didn't see. Again, trailer magic here.
Public credit.
Over here, quick.
This is a completely different scene. This might be their prison break, but this is a completely different scene.
I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast. I need you to take the controls.
Okay.
Neil? Neil?
Neil flying the ship is pretty awesome. Neil's the GOAT.
A crew of murderous
Okay, somebody pointed out, I think in the Discord, that there's a rebel hat going on over here. That's pretty interesting. But these are our pirates. That's Jaleel White, who, of course, is Steve Urkel. This lady, I mean, creepily enough, looks like Asajj Ventress, although I don't think she is. But these are the pirates.
of murderous pirates is coming.
Something's wrong.
They're not.
Okay, so this has been confirmed to be Fern's mom. So Fern's mom, Wim's dad, they're trying to figure out what's going on, and they're trying to find their kids, obviously. But they're on this weird home planet that nobody else in the galaxy knows about, okay? And interestingly enough, while they're trying to go save their kids, they're not getting any help. Actually, they're being surveilled by the weird robots on their planet.
Wrong.
They're not going to just.
Right there. Boom. So we've seen droids in Star Wars quite a bit, but they don't look like this. This looks like the one that Elon Musk just brought out on stage. This looks like something from the future on Earth. This doesn't look like a galaxy far, far away. The dusty old droids that we've seen from time and time again, from C-3PO to K-2SO to all these different droids. This looks like a futuristic Earthbound droid. Looks like from a sci-fi movie where the droids have taken over, where the AIs have it's Terminator. It's creepy. And they're doing that on purpose. It seems as though he's being surveilled by these droids and not being able to look up what he wants to look up on his computer or find his kid because something is being kept from them. Something very, very strange is going on with this planet.
To just turn up. We need to find them.
Then we get a little glimpse of these
Need to find them.
droids in the dark looking for them too.
We're not alone down here.
And we don't know what this is, but it seems as though these kids are on some sort of pirate adventure with Jude Law. Now, we'll get to Jude in a second, why I don't trust him, why I think he might actually be the villain of this show, but they're on some sort of pirate adventure here.
Be warned.
This planet is very interesting. Let me pull up these pictures here. So we talked about this a few weeks ago, or actually maybe last week, when these 2 images were released, or 4 images were released for this show. We talked about specifically this new planet because, let's be honest, this Sith writing was pretty damn crazy. Took the internet by storm. People were trying to dissect this, translate it, find out what was going on here. But if you look in the background, this mountain over here, we see the second image is the same mountains. And that landscape, that geography, that planet is clearly the same as this one right here. As you can see all the snow and water over there, snow and water over there. It's the exact same planet. So something crazy is going on this planet, and I think this is where the treasure is going to be found. We don't know whose treasure it's going to be, but this could be where the treasure is going to be found, okay? But interestingly enough, this is our possibly old Republic ship right here. We see X-Wings. Now, they're a little bit blurry right now because I paused the screen, but there's an X-Wing there and there's an X-Wing there. Let's rewind a second and watch the X-Wings fly by.
Be warned of booby traps.
So, and that's our pirates right there too. So it seems as though all lines are pointing to this planet. Your pirates are here, your heroes are here, the X-Wings of the New Republic are here. So I think all lines are going to converge on this planet where the treasure is. So you might have Carson Teva in the cockpit of that X-Wing. I don't know. You could have Omega as a first ever live action appearance in the cockpit of that X-Wing. We don't know. Could be Zeb Orrelios. We don't know. But the New Republic is there, the pirates are there, and our heroes are there. Everybody's converging on this one planet. And this is most likely where the treasure is going to be as well.
Be warned of booby traps.
And then these are the booby traps that they're going to come into contact with. Again, pirates. This is like Goonies, Indiana Jones type stuff. There's going to be booby traps when you try to find a treasure.
Pirates and mountains where none dare to go.
Mountains where none dare to go.
Pirates and mountains where none dare to go.
Let's take a look at these mountains.
Where none dare.
So these are the mountains, again, from the same planet we were talking about earlier. So somewhere in these snowy mountains is the treasure they're looking for. Now, how this treasure connects to other characters in the Star Wars timeline, we don't know yet, but we'll get to all of it in a second.
Dare to go.
If you hear this,
Actually, hang on.
Where none dare to go.
So this is the same planet when their ship is being eaten by this crawler thing. This is also the same planet where Jude Law is being chased down by some people.
if you hear this,
This is Fern's mom sending them some sort of message. Who is that? Who is this? Well, whose ship is this? Hang on. I don't think this is the kid's ship here. This is somebody else. Who is this? Maybe she's hiring bounty hunters to find her kids or something? I don't know. Interesting. I never actually looked at this lady right here. I don't know who this could be. Or man, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. This could be somebody important.
hear this, don't give up. No matter
So this is the treasure. Seemingly what they've all been looking for. This is the treasure, okay? Now, interestingly enough, there's these weird symbols on the walls, which nobody's been able to decipher yet. But interestingly enough, this skeleton, which is also a throne, by the way, this skeleton is one of a pirate's. We'll put it that way. Now, we talk about Hondo Ohnaka coming into live action in this Skeleton Crew show. This is the most evidence we've gotten to support that. I mean, he's always been a guy who's looking for treasure. He's a pirate. He's always been a guy looking for power. This is a skeleton of pretty much him, or at least his species, because you got the thorns or horns coming out of the bottom of his face. And there's a throne. This is somebody's house, or maybe, I don't even know. But there's a throne there. Somebody's going to sit on the throne. So maybe it's not Hondo, but it's somebody. Somebody owns, or at some point owned all this stuff. Maybe it's ancient. Maybe whoever it was is long and gone. But this is the treasure they're looking for.
what.
And it looks like they've found it. Now, looking around the room, it's hard to pinpoint
No matter
if there's anything of significance or anything Easter eggy in there, like maybe a holocron or something. It's almost impossible to tell. I don't know.
what.
Yeah. So pretty damn cool. This trailer tells us quite a bit. It gives us some crazy mysteries from what the hell's going on with their seemingly safe home planet, where it seems like the robots have taken over and their planet has been hidden from everybody else in the galaxy. Nobody else knows about their planet. What the hell's going on there? Also, we didn't really talk about it yet, but let's talk about Jude Law. He can't be trusted at all. He's talking about how he wants to form a partnership with these kids. I got a feeling he's just trying to use them to get to this treasure and then just abandon them. I don't think he's really going to be a good guy by any means. Also, I mentioned this in my breakdown video, but let's take a look at this. So this is the official poster, I guess, for this show. I mean, what else would you call it? It is a poster. This is the official poster for the show. Now, when you look at it, I mean, it doesn't really show you much, but it does show you our main 4 kids there, SM-33, the ship right there, the owl-looking dude there. It's got some X-Wings there. But interestingly enough, at the top, Jude Law is in the middle, surrounded by Fern's mom and Brutus, who is going to be one of the main pirates in this show. Wim's dad's not on this poster, but Fern's mom is. Interesting. But Jod is in the middle, usually where the bad guy lies on these posters, but no bad guy as far as we can see in this poster, except for Brutus, I guess, but yeah. Jude Law's character is an interesting one. He's supposed to be a Force user, as far as we're aware. But he doesn't wield the Force in this trailer. He does in the first trailer that we got, of course. He uses the Force to grab the key. But they're leaving some sort of mystery about this character. He's not really that trustworthy as far as we're aware. He's not a guy who's wielding a lightsaber if he is a former Jedi. He's more of a pirate. He's looking for treasure. So something very strange is going on with Jude Law's character in general. We don't know much about him. He's being very mischievous with his answers in interviews about whether or not he can wield the Force or not. It's interesting. It's very interesting, to say the least. Trent, what's up? So, with that being said, my question to you, chat, well, it's a two-parter. What the hell's going on with their home planet? And 2, is Jude Law's character of Jod Nawood a trustworthy one? Is he going to stab these kids in the back? Or is he going to be a Jedi who survived Order 66 and actually be a hero? Be somebody who can help? Tell me, chat. Tell me. Because this truly is.
This is where the fun begins.
Okay. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Shall we? Let me scroll up a little bit. By the way, the hype level after this trailer is pretty damn good. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 7, 10, 9.75. Nice. A million, 10, 8, 7, 10. It's pretty damn hyped. And the poll itself is currently at 97% of, or sorry, 87% of you guys say yes, you are excited for the Skeleton Crew show, which is pretty damn good. Oh my God. Darth Plagueis lives with a very generous $5 holla. God damn, says, wow, Skeleton Crew hype to 10,000 out of 10. Can't wait. Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, thank you for the $5 holla. Memberships, super chats, keep the lights on over here. I appreciate it. But the hype level for this show, when you just look online, has seemed to skyrocket, which is great. That's where you want it to be. That's what you want to happen. We got 31 days till this show airs, and the normie fans are finally getting a glimpse as to what this show is. This show being trending on YouTube right now and having over 3 million views just on that one specific video already in just the first 24 hours is huge. It's massive because this show needs the marketing and publicity to get to those normie fans. So yeah, it's good to see. And I appreciate the $5 holla. I really, really do. And of course, if you guys don't know yet, I will do any Star Wars impression of your choosing for any amount of super chat. Okay, but let's actually celebrate for a second here. Can we, chat? Can we celebrate for a sec? Can we celebrate? We just hit, as of yesterday, 98,000 subscribers. So we are less than 2,000 away from 100K. And of course, at 100K, this entire cup of water will be dumped on my head. And it'll be crazy because we'll get the silver play button and we'll celebrate quite a bit. So that's pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. Just thought I'd mention that. Okay. I appreciate it, Darth Plagueis. I do. I really, really do. Abby says, I can't get over the music. It's so good. It's genius. Because in Star Wars, you've never had that before. You've never had a Earth song, I don't even know what to call it, a song from Earth, ever be put into Star Wars in a way like this trailer has done it. It's just so, it's perfect. It's the perfect thing. Yeah. Absolutely. I love how she is like, don't touch anything, and the whole ship comes to life. Yeah, I mean, somebody messes up there. Not a lot of Neil in this trailer, I must be honest. The lack of Neil is a little bit concerning to me. Yeah. I feel like Spielberg is owed royalties. The flowers look like the symbols of the Republic. The flowers? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I know where the old Republic coins come from. Do tell. Please do tell. Do tell. Okay. Darth Plagueis' real home planet? Probably not. Reminds me a lot of that planet in the Clone Wars where no one could leave. Clone Wars planet where no one could leave? What? What you talking about? Yeah, if they're keeping this planet a secret, it makes sense that no one can leave it. Yeah, it seems like no one can leave, obviously. But the fact that nobody else in the galaxy knows about the planet is weird. And what's even more strange is that Lucasfilm is hiding it. This one line specifically that they realize once they're out of there that no one has ever heard of their home planet has been removed from the article. Clearly they're hiding something. And it has to do with their home planet. From the very beginning, the very, very beginning, the synopsis for this Skeleton Crew series was these 4 kids get blasted off, or these 4 kids who live on a seemingly safe home world. Seemingly safe. From the very beginning, they've been teasing out that this home planet that they have that's seemingly safe is not safe. And there's something strange going on there. It's got a place, like, there's going to be some big twists and turns in this show. Jude Law's character definitely can't be trusted. Clearly, their planet has something weird going on, but it's not going to happen till later on in the series. It's going to just be breadcrumbs sprinkled in here and there all over the place. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how they play this out, how well they do this big twist-a-roo type deal, and, of course, how the Old Republic plays into it. Can we talk about that for a second? The first real mention of the Old Republic in so long in Star Wars canon. The Old Republic was just mentioned in the Skeleton Crew trailer. I feel like it's not being talked about enough. What? Tell me in the chat. Give me a 1 if you think yes. Give me a 2 if you think no. Do you think that that ship they find on their home planet is from the Old Republic? Do you think SM-33 is a droid from the Old Republic? Yes or no? Tell me, chat. Tell me, chat. That's a lot of 1s. I don't think we quite understand what that means. We've been begging for Old Republic content for decades. And now it's finally coming to reality here. This is just a mention of the Old Republic, but it still is a start. It's something that is from the Old Republic. The cool thing about Star Wars Jedi Survivor was the character of Dathan. Was it Dathan? No, Dathan's, hang on. Dathan is Rey's dad. The character of Dagan. Dagan was the name I was looking for there. Dagan. He was a Jedi who survived from the High Republic era. That's insane. Now you're talking about a droid and a ship that have been buried on this planet since the Old Republic. That's thousands, not hundreds, thousands of years ago. Now, there is another droid in Star Wars that's over thousands of years old, and that is Huge Wang. I mean, Hu Yang from Ahsoka. He's thousands of years. He's been training Jedi, been helping Jedi build their lightsabers for tens of thousands of years. So it's not that crazy to say that SM-33 could still be alive from all that time. Yeah. That's pretty wild. So many of you say yes to that. Interesting. Very interesting. Clearly, they're hiding something. Clearly. Kay says, because if anyone ever found them out, they would have to succumb to the Republic / Empire, etc. Oh, I get what you mean. If anybody found their planet that's being controlled by maybe even these droids, then they would have to join the Empire or the Republic, and they don't want to do that. They want to be secluded from the rest of the galaxy. That does make sense. It's like the peaceful planets in the Outer Rim during the Clone Wars that don't want to join either side, the Republic or the Separatists, because they just want to stay neutral. And maybe this planet somehow stays neutral, stays hidden forever. It's such a great concept. Think about this. Think about it this way. Skeleton Crew. We know so little about it because it's so mysterious. It's a mystery, pretty much. It's a adventure, but it's a mystery. A treasure hunt, but it's a mystery. The pitch for this show is these 4 kids who live on a planet that's unknown to the rest of the galaxy, that's controlled by possibly crazy robots. They get blasted off into space where they find out that their home planet that they thought was a safe place is an evil place. They run into people that are so ridiculously evil, want to kill them. Pirates, smugglers, bounty hunters, former Jedi possibly, that want to try and literally kill them. And they find out that their home planet that they thought was safe compared to what's out here in the dangerous galaxy was actually the worst place in the galaxy, was actually holding them hostage as prisoners on their home planet. It's fucking genius. It's genius. Oh, it's so good. I can't wait for this show. Okay. Is that song Major Tom? It sounds like it, but it's in a different language. Yeah, they translated it, which is even cooler. Yeah, absolutely. Their home planet is not known, as are many planets in the Star Wars universe. Their home planet is important, but not for the theory that you fantasize. Okay, here's the deal. Are there planets in the Star Wars galaxy that are unknown? Probably. But in the known galaxy, the majority of them are known. Here's the thing. Kamino was lost. Lost a planet, Yoda has. Or Obi-Wan has, Yoda says, in the prequel trilogy. And we learn quite a bit in the prequel trilogy as to how many planets they truly know about. It's hard to lose a planet. It's hard to hide a planet, especially in the known galaxy. We're not talking about Peridia, which is in a completely different galaxy. We're not even talking about Exegol, which is in the Star Wars galaxy, but it's hidden behind this sort of nebula. We're talking about a planet that 4 kids can hop on a ship and just leave. But for some reason, nobody else can leave. It's interesting. Now you're just giving Disney too much credit? What do you mean? What does that mean? Have we come so far in the hatred of Disney as a company for some reason that we can't give them credit when they come up with some great ideas? Craziness. Okay. I never knew we needed Major Tom coming home in Huttese in my life, and yet we are here now. Is it Huddy? I don't think it's Huttese. I don't think so. So for 2 Disney projects, Jude Law is going to be the villain? Maybe. I mean, we don't know for sure that he's going to be the villain in this show, but it would make sense. He's a pirate, or at least we're led to believe he's a pirate, and he's using the Force. Like, there's so much mystery around this character, but he doesn't seem to be portrayed as a friendly figure in this trailer. Yes, he's with the kids, but he's not helping the kids. He's like, we're going to help. He's like, we're going to be partners so you can help me go find this treasure, and then I'm going to abandon you forever. I don't know. It's a little strange. Plenty of planets have mountains like that, surely. Well, interestingly enough, in Star Wars, most planets tend to stick to one biome. Star Wars is interesting because it's not always like the real world. Obviously, you have hyperspace travel, but you have so many things that don't exist in the real world. Like, just science-wise, it's a fantasy. It's not science fiction. Well, yeah, some would argue about that, but it's a fantasy. It's not supposed to be that all of these sort of things that are true in the real world are true in Star Wars. So most planets in Star Wars, they don't look like Earth. They don't have two poles where it's colder and then in the middle it's warmer, and they have different biomes from deserts to forests to all that stuff. They don't have that. Usually a planet is one biome. Think of Tatooine, it's all desert. Kamino, it's all water. Endor, it's all forests. So this planet seems to be all mountains, snow, and water. You know? Nope, we're not doing that today. Yeah. Okay. So it seems like all these biomes are the same. You know? They're the same. So it's going to be most likely that this planet is covered in mountains and snow. Now, there is other planets in Star Wars that have mountains and snow. Absolutely. Hoth, for example. The one in the Bad Batch, I'm completely blanking on his name. Son of a bitch. I don't know. I forget what it's called, but somebody help me on the chat. Yeah. So there's other planets like that in Star Wars, for sure. But I think it's a new one. I do. Yeah. Okay, so this character right here is Fern's mom. That's confirmed. And her name is... What the hell? Where is it? Oh. Her name is Farah. So this is confirmed that Fern's mom, Farah, is this character right here. Also, what's been confirmed is that Neil is not the same species as Max Rebo, which is pretty interesting. Not the same species. Pretty cool. And yes, so John Watts, who's the co-creator of this show, did say that you don't have to watch anything else before watching this show. So it's the same sort of message that was said for Ahsoka. You don't have to watch anything previous to understand and enjoy this show. That's pretty good. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, somebody else mentioned this. Could be onto something here. Some fans thought that this hologram, sorry, at the end of the trailer.
If you hear this,
They thought that this was Mon Mothma for a second. Some people in the Discord were saying that. And that's a valid thing to think. It kind of looks like Mon Mothma. She's got the senator sort of outfit on. But it's not. It's Fern's mom. And, interestingly enough, some fans have pointed out this. This is a possible crazy theory going on here. But Fern's mom looks an awful lot like an older version of Mon Mothma's daughter. So Mon Mothma's daughter, this is the actress from Andor Season 1. She'll likely be in Andor Season 2. But she looks awfully similar to Fern's mom. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or if that's on purpose. I'm leaning more towards coincidence because this planet seems to be away from the rest of the galaxy. But it definitely looks cool. It definitely looks very, very close. That's for sure. But I'm not really on board that one. I'm not on board that one. Okay. Where was I? Jod is a bad guy, but he will end up as a father figure to these kids and turn around as a good guy in the end. Interesting. I actually think the opposite here. I think Jude Law's character is going to start off as helping the kids and end up becoming the bad guy. End up becoming somebody that they shouldn't have trusted. It's going to be like a big 180 wake-up call for these kids. These kids have been living this nice, soft, easy life on this planet, but they didn't ever get to sort of embrace the real world, which is pirates, and a real galaxy, which is pirates and death and twists and turns and people stabbing you in the back. So I think Jude Law is going to stab them in the back at some point. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jod, I don't think, is going to be a good guy, but maybe there is something special on this planet that he wants, and that's why it's hidden there. Well, obviously they're looking for this massive treasure. This right here. Now, why he's looking for it, we don't know. He's technically not the first pirate we've even seen this year. If you cast your mind back to the Bad Batch Season 3, we had the character of Fee. And she sort of set us up on this pirate adventure as well. Season 2 as well. So, more pirates, the better, I guess. But let's zoom in a little bit here. Let's look around. Let's look around this room. It just looks like gold and treasure. It doesn't really look like any specific artifacts from the Star Wars galaxy as far as I'm aware. What is that? I don't know. The only thing is this is a throne, but also a skull of what looks to be a pirate. Yeah. Okay, let's talk Hondo Ohnaka, shall we? Let's talk the pirate. When you think of pirate in Star Wars, you think of Hondo, okay? So let me look this up. Hondo. Actually, why do I need to do that when I have it right here? Duh. Okay. When you talk pirates in Star Wars, you think Hondo Ohnaka. Now, do you guys think that this trailer was inferring, we'll put it that way, that Hondo is going to be in this show? Tell me in the chat. Let's actually put up a poll, shall we? Let's put up a poll. We'll end this one because it hasn't really changed much. We'll end that one and we'll put up a new one. Okay. Do you think Hondo Ohnaka will be in Skeleton Crew? Yes or no? Will Hondo Ohnaka be in the Skeleton Crew? Maybe it's the skull / mask of an ancient Sith Lord. I don't think so. I mean, when you look at it, here, we'll put it this way. When you look at it like this skull right here, oops, it looks the same as Hondo's face. You see the horns coming out of it right there on the chinny chin, and the same thing right here. Horns coming out of it on the chinny chin. So if it's anybody, it's someone, or if it's supposed to be based off of anybody, it's based off of somebody of this species, at least. Yeah. And who knows how old this treasure is. Could be thousands of years old, could be hundreds of years old, could be 10 years old. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. That's a lot. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Let's do this. Hondo Ohnaka, the goat himself. Hondo is a go. What's up? Soundwave Chronicles, how we doing? By the way, right off the bat, 90% of you say yes, Hondo's going to be in this show. It's interesting. They didn't tease, well, they teased at characters, but they didn't show anybody. They didn't show Hondo. They didn't show Cal Kestis. They didn't show Omega. They didn't show Maz Kanata. And of course, we're all just fanboy dreaming over here about these possible appearances. But there is evidence to suggest them. Like, we're not just spitballing here. We're not just going, oh yeah, I hope that Darth Revan shows up in the Skeleton Crew. We're not stupid. We're actually making educated guesses here. And by actually using the information that we have. Omega seems like a no-brainer. She joins the Rebellion at the end of Mando Season 3, which means she probably joined the New Republic. As a pilot, she could be in one of those X-Wings. That makes sense. Hondo Ohnaka, you talk about a show about pirates, it makes the most sense that Hondo would be involved in that show, especially because he's a fan-favorite character and people want to see him come to live action. Cal Kestis, talk about a fan-favorite character. Not only does he have connections to everything that's going on with Night Sisters, Grand Admiral Thrawn, the heir to the Empire, and all that, he also has connections to the Jedi, which maybe Jod-Na Nawud is a Jedi. We don't know. But we also see the ancient Sith writing in this image. Okay, let's put some pieces together here, Chad. let's start putting some pieces together. So if these images, this one in particular, was released last week with this ancient Sith writing on the wall, and we are led to believe that this treasure that they find is also on this same planet. At least that's what we're inferring and led to believe through the trailer. If these are on the same planet, then what's up with the ancient Sith writing? There's no ancient Sith writing in this room as far as we're aware. Like, there's this writing on the wall, but that looks like just almost like ancient Mayans. Like, you know, the Mayans have those circles, you know? It's not ancient Sith texts. So if these are truly on the same planet, then what's going on here? They really released this image in a trailer, and the trailer had nothing to do with what they're looking at here. That's what's crazy. This show is going to be 8 episodes. We thought we knew so little about this show. We got a trailer. We think we know a little bit more. It's possibly about this treasure adventure to go find this big-ass treasure. We got pirates. We got New Republic. We got Jude Law. We got Old Republic connections. The trailer was great, but we're left with even more questions. What is this? This wasn't even talked about at all in the trailer. Now, obviously, the trailer is going to be mostly about the first 2 episodes, which is only the first fourth of the show. But what's going on here, Chad? Soundwave says, it's tough these days to get, but getting surprises in episodes is the best feeling. That's true. You don't want them to sort of show us everything in the trailers, but to be able to dissect a trailer like we have been over the last hour and like we have over the last 24 hours is sort of the fun of being a Star Wars fan, in my personal opinion. I love the speculation. I love the theorizing. You know? And this one is the weirdest thing. They dropped this image like they knew it was going to shock fans, and then they just dipped. Didn't mention it in the trailer. Nothing like that. Have we considered Sith pirates? No, we have not, but I don't know if that's even a thing. I don't think it is, at least in canon so far. Soul, what's up? How we doing? Interesting. As many questions as this trailer did answer, a lot still remain. Let's watch through this trailer again. Why not? See if we see anything else.
What are you in for?
I gotta pause. We're 3 seconds in, and this music has already got me even more hyped up than before, okay?
What are you in for? What are you in for?
Okay, so Wim finds the ship by himself. Why he's off in the woods by himself, we don't know yet, but that will be explained hopefully in the first episode, and we'll go from there. But Wim happens upon this lost ship. I'm going to guess that Wim is not supposed to be out here. He's probably in a place that he's not supposed to be at. That's just a guess. I mean, why would he? Like, he's clearly not supposed to be out here if he's finding a ship.
I found something buried in the woods.
And he finds it so buried. Like, it's barely peeking out. This ship had to be here for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Thousands.
I found something buried in the woods.
Wait a second. Someone is, like, sneaking up on him right here. Come on, Mike. We need better pause work from you here. Damn it. No, what happened? What the heck? Tony? How'd you get up here, Tony?
Kid, pay up.
Shout out to Tony. Okay, hang on.
I found something buried in the woods.
Oh, there's somebody behind him and I can't...
Woods.
Oh, it doesn't show us. Okay. But there is somebody behind him there and somebody sneaks up on him there.
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
Could be the crazy robots on his planet. Speaking of crazy robots,
And
they're the ones who capture him. crazy robot right there.
What do you think it is?
Also, they go out there to find this place in the daytime.
What do you think it is?
And then when it opens up, it's nighttime.
Don't touch anything.
See, nothing in this ship screams Old Republic to me.
Touch anything.
I mean, yes, it looks older, but Old Republic is you're talking thousands of years before this. Who's he talking to, and why does he take off? He's talking to somebody, and whoever it is tells him to hit the button and take off. Interesting. We talked about a nebula before. Their planet does seem to be sort of hidden behind this greenish, bluish cloud. Interesting. If it is a hidden planet, they're pretty hidden there. Huh.
What did you do? We're lost. Really lost.
Again, weirdly edited lines like this. We're lost, really lost is not said in this.
What did you do? We're lost. Really lost.
That doesn't look like their ship that they just arrived on.
Stay together.
There's got to be something in here that we're missing. Kind of looks like the Falcon right there.
Stay together. We just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa.
Let's take a closer look at these Old Republic credits.
Whoa.
So that's clearly the symbol that's been around for thousands of years. So that doesn't really help us much. It's these symbols over here. Do we know what those say, chat? Looks like kind of an A with 2 slashes through it.
Oh,
Where'd you two find an Old Republic credit?
So Vane is not involved in this scene at all,
Public credit.
at least from the audio. But then we see him standing right next to them. So Vane is going to be the one, and Vane is the pirate from The Mandalorian Season 3. Vane is going to be the one who comes up to them and goes, "What's going on here? What's the problem here?" And then Wim flips his stuff and runs for it.
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll
But I think they're going to be captured anyway.
make a partnership. But we have to move.
What is this about?
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a
This is the planet with the mountains in the background. But why is he like, "Come on to my ship"?
partnership. But we have to move fast. I need you to take the controls.
Okay.
Neil? Neil?
Neil, the greatest pilot of all time. Neil might actually be the GOAT, guys. Yeah. Them flying through space is weird to me. I don't know what's going on here. Actually, I don't even know if this is our heroes. They look too tall to be the kids. But somebody's flying through space.
A crew.
Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh! Fire in space.
I got a bad feeling about this.
It's all over. Give it a 7 on Rotten Tomatoes. Give it a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's trash. It's trash. It's all over. Fire in space. God. We're doomed. We're doomed. It's like it hasn't been in Star Wars since Return of the Jedi. Holy crap. We're screwed. It's all over. Star Wars is dead. Skeleton Crew's gonna suck. damn it! God! Just when I thought we had a great new show on our hands, chat, it's all over. It's all over. Oh my. No. No. Ah! Son of a bitch. Guess I gotta end the channel, chat. Might be the last live stream of all time. Star Wars is dead. Fire in space? Fire in space? Oh. We're doomed. Well, this show's already set up for disaster. Might as well cancel it. Let's boycott this show, chat. Might as well at this point, you know. What's the point? What is the point? Fire in space. God.
A crew of murderous pirates is coming.
All right, let's take a look at our pirates over here.
A crew of...
So we got our boy Jaleel White, Steve Urkel. This lady looks just awfully like a bounty hunter to me. I don't know why, but she does. Yeah. Almost. Yeah, almost as bad as space whales. Exactly. I mean, yeah, something going on with the... Yeah, so, I don't know.
Murderous pirates is coming.
Hang on, let me take a look at this one. Because this looks like...
Pirates. Of murderous pirates.
Damn it. I can't catch this frame.
A crew of murderous pirates.
Why? For some reason, they don't want me to see this frame.
A crew of murderous...
Does that not look like Hondo Ohnaka? Am I crazy? No, it's not. Or is it? Chat?
Of murderous pirates.
Chat?
A crew of murderous...
I gotta screenshot it. I gotta screenshot it. Where did that screenshot go? What? Where did my screenshot go? There it is. Hang on, Chad. It looks too much like a pirate that I have to zoom in on it mega time. Okay. This is your behind the scenes look at what I do on a daily basis, Chad. We screenshot things and we zoom in really far on them. Okay, here's the deal. It's a little blurry, but it does not look like him. Okay, so there goes that. The weird shaped head kind of... Okay, never mind. Ugh. Okay. But you got pirates, nonetheless.
Pirates is coming.
Who is he talking to here?
Of murderous pirates is coming.
He's on a very nice looking planet. Like, the room he's in is very neat and nice and clean, and what the hell's going on? I don't know who he's talking about. Or talking to, I should say. Then you got our kids. They look like they're in World War II or something.
Of murderous pirates is coming.
She's literally wearing a bucket hat. Or whatever they're called. Where are they? And doesn't that look like a Zepho behind them? I'm actually losing my mind now. I'm losing my mind, chat. Neil with a gun? Yeah, Neil with a gun. I don't know what's going on here. It looks like they got caught by pirates again or something. I don't know. SM33, still badass. Even if he is 1,000 years old, he's still badass.
Is coming.
Very K2SO. Wait. What the hell's coming out of his eye?
Something's wrong.
They're not going to just turn up. We need to find them.
We're not alone down here.
They're in some sort of weird ruins. But I don't think this is where the treasure is.
We're not alone down here.
I mean, maybe it's like the above place from where the ruins are down below.
Oh, be warned.
This is the coolest spot so far. This is the coolest frame of the trailer, I think, so far. You got X-Wings flying by. You got their possibly Old Republic ship down there. You got pirates there, too. And this planet looks sick. It kind of looks Canto Bight-esque. Like a very nice, clean planet, you know?
Of booby traps.
You're going in too deep, Mike? Okay, here's the deal. When I do the breakdown videos for this trailer, I take only the few theories that are most likely to happen, and I put them in those videos. Some of the theories I come up with when I'm watching this make me look like an absolute idiot. And obviously, sometimes that will make me look like a freaking genius if I'm right, but you got to go through some phases of that's too stupid to be a reality, Mike. Wake up, you know?
Pirates and mountains where none dare to go.
What if, chat? Now hear me out. What if this is all to get Hondo Ohnaka's treasure? So we don't really know what happens to Hondo after Star Wars Rebels. In Rebels, he's lost his crew and he's not really doing great. But what if he happened upon a treasure? And then the whole gist of this is somebody trying to find his treasure. Again, just spitballing here. Just a possibility. It is very Hondo-looking skeleton here. If Hondo had all this, he would probably hide it somewhere. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there, chat. Nothing too crazy.
If you hear this, don't.
I'm still confused about this. Who is this lady? And this guy over here. They don't look friendly.
This. Don't give up.
What's that ship being shot down next to them?
Don't give up. No matter what.
I feel like in this scene right here,
No matter what.
it's like Jude Law standing behind them and he's about to go, gotcha, or something like that. You know when like, actually it happened in Star Wars Outlaws. Give me one to the chat if you played Star Wars Outlaws. In Star Wars Outlaws, when you break into the vault at the very beginning, you break into the vault, I guess. Then you get stabbed in the back. You remember that? They're like, haha, gotcha. Remember that? So I think that's what's going on here. They finally get to this, and then he's going to turn a blaster on them and be like, gotcha. You know? So that's sort of the question. Why is he standing so far behind them menacingly? That's my question. Interesting. Grandmaster says, quick question for everyone. How did the Onyx Cinder, the Onyx Cinder is the name of this ship that they're going to have, get to their home planet? Did it actually crash? Well, I don't know if it crashed or not, but it definitely got buried there. I don't think it crashed probably, though, because it's in pretty good shape. But it did get buried there. Indeed. Skywalker Academy says, Major Tom, an astronaut depicted in British music by British musician David Bowie in 1969 song Space Odyssey, the other release, is him tracking out in space as contact breaks off from the ground's control team. Yeah. Ground control to Major Tom. Yeah. True. What are you getting at? Oh, you're saying like in reference to this show? Yeah, it's kind of the kids going off into space and losing connection to their home world. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mike, what do you think about the theory above? I'm genuinely curious. Your theory? Let's find it. I didn't see it. Okay, Mike, do you think their home planet is a planet meant to indoctrinate young children? Like our main characters into the First Order. Interesting. And that's why it's kept a secret. It could be the beginning of the sequel trilogy. I never even thought to think of it that way. Hang on. We go full screen here. I never thought to think of it that way. Huh. That's interesting. This home planet could be secluded from the rest of the galaxy because it's where the First Order is rising to power. I kind of like it. It's interesting. It's a connection to what's to come next. I like it a lot, actually. Could it be the beginning of the end for the rest of the galaxy when they find out about this planet? That's actually kind of cool. I like it a lot. I like that theory. Anthony says, Mike, what's up? I believe that screenshot of the same bird-like species from the Book of Boba Fett, when Din Djarin takes the head of the quarry back to the Halo structure for Mando intel. Same bird-like species from the Book of Boba Fett. What? I don't know what you're referring to. Bird-like species from the Book of Boba Fett where Din Djarin... Hang on. Takes the head of it. Hang on. Din Djarin. Head. No, I'm not looking that up. Hang on. Din Djarin. Book of Boba Fett. Let's see what you're talking about here. I remember him cutting someone's head off, but I don't think it's a bird. I don't really know what you're referring to. I don't think all the pirates are bad. Brutus definitely is, though. Yeah, there's probably different sections of these pirates for sure. He didn't answer how it got there, who buried it, and why. Yeah, we don't know. That's the big thing. I mean, it could be an old Republic ship, and then we really don't know. We really don't know. The bird that laughs at him, I think? What are we talking about here? Am I just not remembering any of this? I'm going to Disney Plus now. Book of Boba Fett, you say? Huh? The Book of Boba Fett. Where is the Book of Boba Fett? What the hell? They're hiding it on Disney Plus. Found it. Okay. So you're saying the first episode that Din Djarin's in. Oops. Nope. Don't do that. The opening scene, you're saying? When he cuts off the guy's head? Interesting. You're saying this guy right here? I mean, it does kind of look like him, but it doesn't have the horns on his face. So that's what you're saying. If that is what you're alluding to. Oh, he's giving the head to the people. Okay, let's see. When he's giving the head. Pause. Jesus Christ. Oh, I see. I see. This guy all the way here on the right. I got you now. Yeah, this is a guy from Star Wars Rebels. Or at least the character design is, yeah. I get you. I follow. I now understand where you're coming from. Could that planet be the planet where the Force Awakens has the killer weapon? Starkiller Base? No. Starkiller Base is confirmed to be Ilum. And Ilum is more of an ice planet than a snow planet, and Ilum is definitely a known planet in the galaxy. It's not a lost one. Yeah. No. That's what you meant by Halo. I was like, what are you talking about, Halo? The Halo ring? Yeah, I get it now. I figured it out. Yeah. We're on the same page now. Okay. Let's talk about... Actually, let's do this instead. We have a ton of more information other than just this trailer for this show, as we have interviews with Star Wars released with this trailer from StarWars.com with the co-writers of this show, John Watts and Christopher Ford. Okay, so let's read a little bit of this. They talk about different characters and all this stuff. So let's talk about it. And yes, they don't talk about the deleted line that was nobody knows about their home planet, but we'll talk about that. So, Skeleton Crew show... Oh, you can't read that, can you? Skeleton Crew showrunners talk about Jude Law, child protagonists, and the Amblin tone. The official trailer for Skeleton Crew is now released. StarWars.com has published an interview with showrunner John Watts and Christopher Ford. In the interview, they discuss casting Jude Law, the child protagonists, and and why they decided to evoke classic Amblin films like E.T. So we just watched this trailer. We don't need to watch it again, but it seems that Jude Law was always going to be cast as Jude Law if he wanted it. Luckily, he apparently was a huge Star Wars fan. Christopher Ford said they didn't even need to meet the actor before offering him the role. So this is pretty cool. When you usually have somebody in mind to cast as a certain character, it works out when that actor wants to hop on board, and Jude Law was on board for sure. Yeah. Jared, what's up, says, for the Mandoverse to keep interest from the majority of the fans, it's critical for Filoni to have added cameos of famous characters in this series. Absolutely. This show needs to be connected to the rest, in some ways more than others. Character-wise, you're going to want some familiar faces to show up just because it'll be big news. You want the news headlines to be positive ones about this show. And if a character like Hondo Ohnaka or Omega or Cal Kestis shows up for the first time in live action in this show, that's going to be big news and good news for the week-long news week, we'll put it. But let's get to this interview. Before we met him, we wanted to cast him. We wanted his sense of ruggedness and the feeling, in the feeling that he's the leading man that happens to get stuck with these kids. So it's more the feeling of Jude Law is the main guy in this story, but he just happens upon these kids and now he has to drag them along with him. Doesn't make him sound like a good guy. I remember the first time that we got on the phone with him and he was so excited to delve into this character and make him so nuanced and real. He had so many ideas, and that's when we learned that he was a giant Star Wars fan. Such a gift. I mean, when you have characters and actors and writers and directors who are Star Wars fans, usually the product tends to be better because you have people who love and enjoy these characters and this world working so hard to keep it as great as it is. John Watts gave us a small introduction to each of the 3 children protagonists, starting with the boy, with 3, there's 4, but starting with the human boy, Wim, as you can see right in this picture right here. This is Wim, as he seems to be stumbling upon this ship. A starry-eyed dreamer. Again, we talked about this before. Starry-eyed dreamer, he seems to be wanting to become a Jedi or find Jedi or something like that, who tends to act before he thinks. Interesting. He's played by Ravi something. So he said this: Wim is like a total starry-eyed dreamer who just rushes into any situation before he's thought about it for a second. And that's what Ravi is like. He gets so excited that he is Wim. He is so perfect. So obviously good casting, fantastic, but rushing into something before he thinks about it. That's how this whole adventure is going to take place. He's going to be the one who activates this ship and blasts them off into this unknown galaxy. Then we get 2 of our other characters. KB is the girl who looks like Cyclops on the left here. And then Fern is on the right. Fern, the girl seen talking to Wim at school in the trailer, seemingly has a lot in common with Leia Organa. Interesting. Could we be seeing Leia Organa in this show? It's not out of the realm of possibility. A smart girl who grew up the daughter of a politician. Interesting. That gives us some more information about her mom, a politician, but still wants to stand up for the bullies, or stand up to bullies. She's played by Ryan Kira Armstrong. Ryan is Fern. We wanted a kid that was really smart and could play the good, sweet daughter of someone in the government, but also be a tough rebel trying to stand up to the bullies. Ryan has that intelligence and duality. She's a great actor and very thoughtful about her choices. So the daughter of a politician, that gives us some more information about her mom, which is pretty interesting. Then we get to KB, as I said this. I remember when we saw Kairana's audition for KB, and she was just kind of strangely quiet and thoughtful. It was so perfect. So they talk about how KB's not going to really say much. That makes sense from the trailer, at least. Then we get Neil, the GOAT himself, Neil. What a great guy. Apparently, Neil was originally intended to be the shy one of the group, but actor Robert Timothy Smith was so fun in the role that they pivoted away from that completely. As they said this, Robert was the total wild card. We initially thought that Neil was this sweet, shy little blue elephant-like alien, But Robert always came in at the other, oblique angle. He's a comedian. That's funny. He's a little kid comedian. He's a comedian. He's always telling jokes and doing bits. It's always really sweet. He's just trying to get a rise out of you and or a laugh. And that allows us to try some different, funnier performances options to let Neil be a little bit more neurotic and unique. Robert had also those gestures and physicality that you would never expect. So being able to perform under this is going to be very difficult for a lot of actors and actresses. And I'm guessing he's going to do a pretty damn good job. I mean, Neil's already loved by most Star Wars fans, as you can tell. Darth Raccoonar, what's up? D. Breen, how we doing? Brandon, what's up? Okay, let's keep reading. When casting the child actors, John Watts was reminded of something that the late director Richard Donner, director of the Goonies movie, which this show is very inspired by, he said about finding the right child actors. It's clear that this plays a key role in casting the kids. So you have to find the right actors. It doesn't matter if the show is the greatest show of all time. If the kid actors suck, then it's not going to be a good movie. So the way that they casted these kids, hopefully they did it correctly. Then Christopher Ford also revealed that though the children's home planet looks very built and suburban, it's actually a backwater world that most have never heard of. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay. In this story, it's the story of kids who happen to live on what they think is a boring planet. It seems like the suburbs and nothing ever happens. And one day they find an old spaceship and blasts them off, cuts out of into the galaxy. They realize once they are out there that no one has ever heard of their home planet. So again, this line has been taken out of the original article right here. It was supposed to be here, but now it's gone. So they're hiding something about this home planet. But, shit, which tab was this? Oh, right there. But in this article, they still do have it. Unfortunately, along the way, they attract the attention of a bunch of pirates and other space criminals. So this is the major line here. Once they're off their world that no one has ever heard of their home planet. Interestingly enough. Then we talk about SM-33, who's voiced by Nick Frost. According to Watts, Frost recorded all of his lines before the actors arrived on set to help them play off his great sense of comedic timing. So that's not usual. They usually record the droids and stuff after all that stuff so that they can go off the actors. They did it the exact opposite way. Nick Frost is such a great voice actor and comedian or comedic talent that they wanted to do his lines first and then have the actors and actresses bounce off of the droid himself, which is pretty cool. They talk about why it's like E.T. Okay, here's what I want to get to. John Watts added that he greatly benefited from speaking with Dave Filoni and his experience with working with George Lucas. It was fascinating talking to Dave about his conversations with George Lucas and his original Star Wars influences. They really helped open our minds about the right way to approach the universe and figure out if something feels correct or not. So here's the deal, chat. We talk about this all the time in Star Wars. What to say and what not to say in interviews. Always, fans love to hear George Lucas had some sort of role in creating this, whether it's I learned something from Dave who learned something from George or whatever it may be. Talking about the creator who brought this whole franchise and galaxy to life is going to go over well with Star Wars fans. So when you're talking about a PR team over at Lucasfilm, they're doing the right things with this show. They're talking about the right things. They're saying the right things. That might not have been the case with The Acolyte, as many fans believe, with the interviews going on with that show. However, things have turned around. In the Skeleton Crew show, all the actors, all the directors, all the writers are saying the right things, which is huge. Very huge. Okay. But that's sort of the deal with all those interviews there. Brandon says, Hodja, what's up, says, Neil sounds like fun. Like, so much fun. To change the character for the actor's performance and skill is great. It does sound good, for sure. Non-Star Wars question: which superhero movie are you most excited for in 2025? Captain America 4, Brave New World, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, James Gunn's Superman. That's tough. I would either say Fantastic Four or Superman. Here's the thing. I'm not the biggest fan of DC just because of DC's track record in the latest 10-ish years. I would say if Superman's a massive success, that will be huge for them because then they can go off and do some greater and bigger things with the DCU. But Fantastic Four with that cast, with Pedro Pascal, I want to see that. Yeah. And I'm hoping for great things with Captain America and Thunderbolts just because they need big wins with those. Especially Captain America 1, 2, and 3. It's the best trilogy. Yeah. Winter Soldier is one of the best MCU movies ever. Civil War is also one of them. Yeah. So the fourth one needs to be just as good. Yeah. Cal Kestis visits Ilum during a conversation in Fallen Order. Force Awakens is set 30 years after Return of the Jedi. Yes, true. But Cal Kestis is before that. Cal Kestis would be about 15 years even before that. So yeah, Cal Kestis does visit Ilum, but then at some point during this time period after the original trilogy, Ilum gets turned into Starkiller Base. Yeah. In The Mandalorian Season 3, we saw Hux's father in the Shadow Council. The First Order is already rooted long before Skeleton Crew. Hux's dad is just a member of the remnant of the Empire. The First Order it's probably beginning now, but it's not considered the First Order, you know? Yeah, no? Pedro Pascal's a horrible recast. He definitely wouldn't have been my first option, that's for sure. But horribles, no. He's going to be great. He's going to be great. Yeah. Indeed. All right, I'm going to end this poll. Let's end that. Wow. So still, over 80%, 82% of you guys, the math is not mathing, do think that Hondo Ohnaka will be in this show. That's crazy. I want to put up another poll just for shits and giggles. Let's do this. Do you think Cal Kestis will be in Skeleton Crew? Yes or no? Will Cal Kestis be in Skeleton Crew, chat? What? Ilum is clearly being converted into something during Fallen Order's mission. That's where it is confirmed that Ilum is Starkiller's base. You might be right. I honestly haven't played Fallen Order in a few years now, so I don't recall. It was already being changed into something else? I do not remember that at all. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know. You could be right. You may be right. I may be crazy. But it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Interesting. So the Hondo Ohnaka is a yes, is a full-on yes, over 80% of you guys. But the Cal Kestis is a very strong no. 70% of you guys say no. Interesting. No, just wondering. Just wondering. Okay, we do have a little bit of other just news things here. Let me... Yeah, so this is pretty big. This is at D23 in Brazil, which is next weekend. So a week from now in Brazil, we will be getting D23, which could be leading to some announcements for Skeleton Crew, for Andor Season 2, and for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And this is the layout for D23 Brazil, and it involves all of those projects. You got Skeleton Crew section up here, Andor Season 2 section over here, the Mandalorian section here, Star Wars Jedi skills. That's probably just some fun thing where you get to train to become a Jedi at this place. But you got Skeleton Crew, you got Andor, and you got Mandalorian. There is going to be some sort of announcement for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's been confirmed. Andor Season 2, it would be crazy if we got a trailer for that next week. Absolutely insane. It might not be released publicly, but maybe the people there will see it. In Skeleton Crew, I could I would guess we get another trailer or at least another TV spot or something like that from this, some sort of announcement there. And maybe, just maybe, even a Rey movie announcement as well, because Daisy Ridley promised that too. So this is just the layout for D23 Brazil. It's confirming that Andor, Skeleton Crew, and The Mandalorian will all have presences there. Presences? They will all have a presence at that place. Yeah. Absolutely. So there you go. That's a little bit of news there. And the other bit of news, for those of you that are music fans, but also Star Wars fans, is the John Williams documentary is now out on Disney Plus. Came out yesterday. Give me a 1 into the chat if you've seen that. Give me a 1 into the chat if you have seen that documentary. John Williams documentary came out yesterday. John Williams, of course, being the GOAT of all GOAT composers. He did the Star Wars soundtrack, of course, for all 9 movies. He has done Indiana Jones, E.T., Superman, Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, you name it, he's done it. He's the GOAT, okay? So that came out on Disney Plus yesterday. I watched it. Being a musician myself, it's absolutely incredible. It'll move you to tears. But currently sits at a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's pretty damn cool. It's awesome. I mean, John is up in his 90s now, I think. Let's see. How old is John Williams? John Williams is 92. Oh my God, he looks great for 92. But it's very good. It's got George Lucas in there. It's got Steven Spielberg in there. Bunch of nice stuff. You got to check it out for sure. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Yeah. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Okay. Let's see. Cal Kestis is for sure showing up in something. Yeah, absolutely. He has to show up in something. They're going to play a big role in this Heir to the Empire type deal. Indeed. I think Hondo will make a live action appearance. I think so too. Ochi of Bastum would be cool. It would be cool because Ochi's been around since the prequel trilogy. So to see a character like that show up in this show would be pretty cool. Indeed, it would. He did the Obi-Wan theme too, right? I think so. I don't really recall. He's done just everything. Like the guy, you watch the documentary, you're like, oh my God, he did that too. He did that too. Like the Olympics. The Olympics. He did the music for that. Like he's everywhere. He's the GOAT. Okay, let me end this poll. You guys are not on board the Cal Kestis showing up bandwagon. I'm still on it, but hey, the majority of you are not. That's okay. That's okay. He did the Harry Potter theme, which is wild. Yeah, he did. That's true too. That is true. All right, before we get on out of here, let's watch this trailer one more time, shall we? I want to get hyped up. Just one last time. Just one last time.
What are you in for? What are you in for?
I found something buried in the woods.
Dad.
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
What do you think it is? Don't touch anything.
What did you do?
We're lost. Really lost.
Stay together. We just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa.
Where'd you two find an old Republic credit?
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast. I need you to take the controls.
Okay.
Neil? Neil?
A crew of murderous pirates is coming.
Something's wrong.
They're not going to just turn up. We need to find them.
We're not alone down here.
Oh, be warned of booby traps. Pirates and mountains
news.
Where none dare to go.
If you hear this, don't give up. No matter what.
So, from pirate treasure to pirates to Old Republic connections to possibly Jude Law being a Jedi, but also one you can't trust, this show is going to be something spectacular. We don't know anything really about the show itself. I mean, we know a little bit now, but we know more than we did yesterday, I'll put it that way. But we still know so little. There's so much mystery when it comes to this show. Who's going to show up? Who's not going to show up? How it's going to play out? Is their seemingly safe home planet really safe? How does the Old Republic tie into any of this? It's going to be pretty damn good, and I can't wait. Can we get some good cups full of orders in the chat, please, though? Bum-ba. Take the pop music out, and it's a solid trailer? What? The music makes the trailer. It's Major Tom in Huttese, or at least we think it's Huttese. Okay, but I am going to have to get on out of here. I know I said I was going to do Collins. I promise I'll do him next stream. I just can't today. I got some places to be after the stream today. But until then, watch out for a short at 5 p.m. tonight, a short tomorrow. There will not be a What If tomorrow. Sadly, no What If tomorrow. I just had so much going on this week with the Skeleton Crew trailer, and we had 4 videos come out this week, I think. So quite busy, not able to write a script fully for a What If series and all that. So no What If this week, but there will likely be one next week. And of course, we're going to be getting so much more information about the Skeleton Crew show as the weeks go by. 31 days. 31 days, chat. And guess what? A little bit of personal sort of in-house channel news. We hit 98,000 yesterday. We are on our way to 99,000, of course, at 100,000 emergency live stream where I'll be dumping this entire cup of water on my head. So watch out for that as well. Who won the Mandalorian helmet yesterday? It was your pal Joe. So that's on its way to him. And he said he's actually going to send in some photos of it too once he gets it too. So that's cool. But yeah, that was your pal Joe. Okay. All right. I appreciate all you guys so much more than you will ever know. Smash a freaking like on this stream if you have not yet. Hit that subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video in my pretty face. I'll show up with the recommended feed of yours. And yeah, pretty incredible trailer. Can't wait for this show. 31 days. Countdown begins now. And until then, I guess smash a freaking like on the stream. Okay? I appreciate it. May the force be with you. Always. Oh, yeah. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate you guys so much more than you will ever know. We are so close to 100K. But sadly, there's fire in space, so it's all over. We're doomed. It's all over. But I'll still be here. I'll still be here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the rest of your lives. And every other day, I guess, but those are when the live streams are. So I hope you have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your lives, and good night, everybody. Yeah.